guys, welcome back. It is super late, so if I sound super tired, that is why. We are back in the Pleasantview museum. I'm probably gonna call it that, but I don't know. It keeps crashing on me, but everything's crashing on me, so we're pushing forward. I've actually built this next section twice, but that's okay. So I remembered I had these little signs, they're like little cards, but they look like placards, like at a museum where like you go up to the thing and it tells you what it is. And so I wanted to get all the kind of different recolors I could that would apply to this area. I do put them in the butterfly section as well, but mainly what we're working on today is like the flora and fauna of Pleasantview kind of thing, like local birds, things like that. So yeah, I just put kind of 2 cards on that glass case, which it fits really well. It looks good in my opinion, so I just put 1 there. And then I think I just do 1 here as well. I thought about putting a bunch like under each individual butterfly, but yeah, I know I did 3. I did 3. So yeah, we're doing this space kind of here. I really haven't touched the walls at this point, although I do end up removing the arches and just making it open just because I started having some issues with kind of clipping in the wall and all kinds of stuff, so it just started to irritate me. But yeah, we have like this little diorama, which I'm going to put a bunch of like deco animals that look taxidermied and are ostensibly local to the area. I'm also going to put up a bunch of the little kind of taxidermied heads, and you'll see for the rest of it, but yeah, I really like it. I was trying to mimic the sky, so that's why I put the hot air balloon with the clouds. And I also decided to remove the molding, but we're just trying to mimic some sky here. And I like that big branch as well. I think it looks good. That frog thing is from Sims 4, obviously. And I didn't have a deco frog, but I had a little turtle that I could put by it. I don't know where that crane came from, but it's there. I was slightly annoyed with the tree because there's a slot on the inside, so things kept slotting inside of it, but you also can't see anything if it's inside of it, so I put the chinchilla there. But yeah, I figured hedgehogs, birds, snakes, lizards, pretty common stuff. And I also keep these photographs. I use the different nature recolors essentially, just because I figured it fit in the area, that maybe they're pictures taken by like locals in the area, maybe it's a local photographer specifically, but they're supposed to represent natural views in Pleasantview. It's definitely more varied than the butterfly area, but the butterfly area was a very specific thing that exists because I had the CC for it. So yeah, we just got like a couple different natural pictures. I decided to extend this all the way through because I liked the way that it looked. But yeah, you can see that archway is clipping like on the wall. There's like an invisible spot and it was annoying me. Oh, and I put the bird on an OMSP just so it looks like it's flying, because it already is supposed to be flying kind of thing, so. We'll just pretend that there's wires holding it there. I also couldn't paint that platform, which was super annoying, but I just accepted that. Yeah, and then I wanted to put some plants in here, just kind of really fill up the space. I used carpet for the grass because why not? And then the little squirrel. I was like, oh no, you can't see the squirrel. It's very important to see the squirrel. I also love these default plants that kind of free them from the bed. They're cool. I really wanted to use the toadstools, but it didn't fit. I was trying to limit myself too to like plants that I could foresee existing in Pleasantview naturally, like not anything that would be considered invasive. So I really couldn't do, I was leaning towards doing something kind of marshy, and I'm like, yeah, but this is not really marshland, so. Pretty flowers, some bushes, some grasses. And yeah, now we're going to be doing kind of the taxidermy looking things. I did delete the swordfish. I considered the swordfish, but then I did delete it. And then I have kind of some little terrarium jars that I'm going to put on a table. I really like how this space turned out. I actually, the first time that I did it, I don't think it would have needed to be changed, but this time I'm satisfied. It's me kind of moving things to where I think they're going to end up. A lot of things end up getting moved to the kids area right now, I've noticed, because I have lots of plans and we'll see what happens. But yeah, any of my taxidermy CC was put in here, which I don't have as much taxidermy CC in this folder as compared to like my medieval folder for, I would say, obvious reasons, but you know, it's still enough. And I already knew what table I wanted, I just couldn't remember where it was. It's actually a desk, but it looks kind of naturey. Because while I liked the glass cases, I did want some like homemade aspects to this place. I also really wanted to keep that leaf. I liked it as kind of like almost a signage sort of thing, like, oh, this is where you're gonna go find the nature, but also just because it's pretty. I love that fish, super cool. Very mad that that terrarium would not go on the table. Like, very mad about it. And then it wouldn't go on an OMSP, so then I was just like, forget it. I tried a few of them too. So I will delete that little pink flower, but eh. And of course I've got to put signs up because that's what I've decided to do. And then I didn't really know what to put in front of like the nature photos. I knew something needed to go there, but I wasn't entirely sure what to do. I had some options. I could do crystals. I really wanted the crystals to go in their own area though. With me finding more animals. So yeah, you'll see me try the crystals and I'm like, no, I want them to be in their own area. What can I put over here? And I was like, well, I can put some more plants, like, but it's more up close and personal kind of plants, and then this wouldn't go on the thing. I knew it wouldn't go on an OMSP, but like I had to try. So what we end up doing instead is a bunch of like potted plants, and I figure maybe they were donated by locals who grew them, and they're again more representation of like plants that you would find growing in Pleasantview. But it gives, you know, the local community a chance to contribute to the exhibits. Because I said it in the first video, I was someone who lived in a small town, and there was about 2 or 3 one-room museum type establishments, and most of the things there were donated by the community. And most of it wasn't even particularly historical, or like they didn't even know who owned it kind of thing. It's just things that were there. I do delete the Venus flytraps. I love that piece of CC, so I try to shoehorn it in everywhere, but it didn't go. I also wanted to use the succulents, but it's not right. It's not right. See, a lot of this is just me going, what plants am I going to put in here? Because I also didn't want things that were super high that would block the photos, because that kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, it was actually my criteria. It made it a lot harder to find things than I thought it was going to be. It's like, oh, this will be easy. I've got a ton of plants. And I was like, yeah, but most of them don't fit what we're doing. I really wanted to keep that sunflower. I will tell you now that the sunflower has to go. It's too tall. I also liked the ones with plates underneath them. I don't know, there was something charming and very homemade about it. Like, not the little terracotta trays, but like the actual just like dinner plates. I'm very delighted by that. Of course, I have to look at every single one. This is who I am as a person. I do think this is shaping up to be a really cool lot, and I'm excited to actually send Sims here. There will be things to do. I know the two areas I've decorated are kind of more visual than anything, but I have plans. Like I said, there's going to be a cafeteria, there's going to be the gift shop, there'll be an interactive kind of kids area. It's all coming together. It's getting there. Because that's one thing that I don't like doing, is building any kind of lot that's essentially useless unless you're just taking screenshots. Like, if your Sims can't really do anything, especially in this neighborhood, like, why? And I know I don't send the Sims to the neighborhood lots too much just because I've been having issues with it, but yeah. I love that pink edged plant, it's so pretty. This is me going, come on, I gotta be able to keep it. No, nope, nope. I know the fern is probably pushing it in terms of like local flora, but I liked it. Little daisies. I really like this hanging plant too. Because again, like, the goal is for this not to be like some super spiffed up, polished museum. This is, you know, mom and pop type museum. And I find that charming. I really do. I put the little book, again, so it's kind of interactive. You can flip through. Again, the book is supposed to have, you know, information on all the different plants that are here. Probably says who grew it, who donated it, etc. See, I finally got rid of the plant. Be proud of me, because I was very upset. I did not want to. But yeah, we're pretty much done. Next up is going to be the geology area, which I'm kind of annoyed with. I can't find any like posters that are really appropriate for it, which surprises me. Of all the things you think you could find posters of, you think it would be crystals, but can't. So yeah. If you happen to know where I could find those, definitely let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, if you liked this video, definitely give it a like. I'm posting on Tumblr as well, so you can always see the images. I try to take some screenshots of everything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I ended this a little bit early, but you know what? You can listen to music for a minute. So I will see you in the next one.